Come and get started on a new mission, a new direction, a new intention. Welcome to 5.8G Alive at Connections 50 Plus. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, catering to all your prospects in the third act of life.
Economic well-being, social gratification, personal fulfillment.
Join us on Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Connections 50 Plus Facebook page, YouTube channel,
and on Gael the Caribbean. Good evening, 5.8G viewers. Welcome to 5.8G Alive. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus, which brings you 5.8G Alive. And with me as usual.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And I'm Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, the other co-creator of Connections 50 Plus. Welcome.
Well, we are up and running and continuing, Jennifer, all of the stories of Trailblazers, even as we are in the midst of our autobiography program. Some of you thought it was a daunting effort. And Jennifer, so many people thought that, what do I have to write about, But I think as people are looking on and listening to these stories, they're saying, yeah, I do have a story that matters,
You said those people who are very hesitant and saying, what they tell who's going to read it, and they feel it would be a waste of time. And I remember chatting with a friend prior to when we started, and she was thinking whether she should start or not. And then she said, yes, it would be healing. Me telling my story, I think I'll be very happy to do it. So, there are those who are that was doubting themselves, very happy that they've started.
Yeah. So it is an interesting process. And at the end of it, you all will get to know all about what we are talking about. But in the meantime, we want you to continue as we celebrate this month of October. We started with the day celebrating older persons, and we are continuing as Connections 50 Plus to really shine a light on us and our lives and our stories. We want you to think about it and to really celebrate yourself. I think that is what I get from it. Really celebrate yourself. You may have been celebrated at some point in your career, and if the people didn't know better, this is your opportunity. Celebrate yourself.
Really, Terry-Ann, because, there's so many stories like nothing went well. And when you think, or you may ask, if I may ask the question, but I remember so-and-so, and you got an award when you did this, or you achieved this. It may not be an award, but I remember when, and I would recall situations where, especially if I'm speaking with a friend, and, I admire them in certain situations when they achieve certain things. And some of them can't recall, say, oh, yes, but I didn't see anything in that, that sort of thing. So we really, some of us have to sit and reflect and even jot down, as we recall the good times when we felt proud of what we did.
And Jennifer, we were talking the other day, and we were talking about that. And we were talking about how many of us, the professionals, the service providers, the entrepreneurs, we are so focused on the struggle that it was, that we don't ever appreciate the achievement that it was. And we miss and we lose the opportunity to be an inspiration to so many younger people and so many persons. Sometimes we do charitable acts. As they say, the downtrodden and the depressed will always be with us, and it's easy to find them, to pull them up. But there are many, many people who are in the midst of higher education, starting out on a career, deciding I want to start a business. And they are just looking to see, is there someone who looks like me who's done this before? They don't need to know that you're in the highlight. You're not necessarily in place 1 or 2. You were there in the group. And I think when we have that approach of, oh God, but I'm nothing, nobody needs to know that, we are robbing so many aspiring people, not necessarily young people, people just before us, in that mid-career, getting ready to step up and move out. We are just robbing them of an opportunity. They don't need to know our deepest, darkest stories, but just an opportunity to know someone like me was there before. Good, that I'm going next. And I think that is the saddest part of our cohort's reluctance to tell their stories.
One more story. And this friend who I'm very proud of and did fantastic, migrated and worked with this international company. And she's one of the first West Indian Black women at the level that she was at. And she stayed there a couple of years well. And she's back in, of course, retired and back in Trinidad. And that is one of the friends who I encouraged to, to do autobiography. And she's saying to me when I said, but you did great. You were the first Black West Indian woman who did that. She said, I don't see that as a big thing. I was just qualified and I happened to get that opportunity. I said, but it's an opportunity others didn't get. It's an opportunity because of your hard work and your studies and your qualifications, etc. That's how you got it. And then something else I mentioned about her stay the course being overseas and then coming back to Trinidad to settle. And she said, but many people is do that. I said, but not successfully, And you settle back and you're quite happy and all that. And that it was her comment. She didn't see she did anything of, word to talk about. And that have so many people who went away and come back. So why should she speak about that? So again,
we're robbing our young people and those behind us of motivation and aspiration and role models. And it's false modesty. I put it down to that. I know some of y'all will get vexed when I say that, but it's false modesty.
That particular company, they are professionals who look and say, oh, they will never be able to work there, she don't want to share that story.
Yeah. And it's not the details, but as I said, I'm really, really happy that we have put this month to focus on our lives and that we're doing the autobiography story. And we really hope that a lot of you all are motivated to be less secretive. Even if you don't write it down, share the story, talk to people truthfully, the good, the bad, and the indifferent, and really give the people who are coming behind us hope that it is possible. They can continue to do it and that they're supported. I think that is a critical factor. So Jennifer, today in that line, we are happy to have another trailblazer. We'll be talking to Hesma Tyson, founder and managing director of Caribbean Specialty Foods, who has a special story to tell. So let's tune in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, as we continue our discussion with our tribe trailblazers, we are happy to have Hesma Tyson with us. If you know the brand Caribelle, or you know the company Caribbean Specialty Foods, or you have been looking at entrepreneurship awards, you will know the name Hesma Tyson. So Hesma, we are so happy to have you, founder and managing director of Caribbean Specialty Foods. Welcome to 5.8 GL Live.
Thank you for having me. I think it's an honor, really, really, really good honor. Yeah, but ladies, I've always looked up to, boy. So, hey, when am I gonna get big like them? When am I gonna get big?
Well, in many ways, we're following the same path. So, Jennifer, I'm sure you will join me in welcoming Hesma.
Oh yes, special welcome, of course. Hesma from way back. I'm always very, very proud of Hesma achievements. And it is so I'm so happy that we can have Hesma here wearing this hat as managing director, as an entrepreneur, because Hesma, sometimes she participated just as a tribe member, attending our different events. Hesma as a friend to just hang with, Hesma as a business person to call for some advice. So yeah, it's just great to have Hesma with us this evening.
Thank you.
Great. So, Hesma, I want to start like this. Before we go back to look at that journey, because one of the things that we are saying is we need to be happy to tell our stories. And we need to not see it as something that is boastful or anything. It's what we've done. So before we step back to your story, give us a sense of what's Caribelle Foods, so that people will have a sense of where this story is going.
Well, basically, I like pepper sauce. I really do. And I wanted to, and I always believe that this brand called Trinidad pepper sauce, I don't find it being featured. I mean, you all will go away to New York, London, whatever, and you'll see just a couple of brands, Matooks, Chief, the known brands.
Yeah.
But we have so many good artisan brands, and none of them were out there. And even so with the other brands, the known brands, they weren't in a lot of places beyond the diaspora. So I felt that our product is the best. This Trinidad brand pepper sauce is the best. And the whole world needs to know about Trinidad and Tobago pepper sauce. So my journey actually began when I wanted to see Trinidad and Tobago hot sauces around the world. I believe that we make the best pepper sauce. I don't care who have Scoville tests and they're winning first prize. Trinidad pepper sauce is the best. And I found out that later on why, but I'll get into that later on. So I did the research and I found out that people wanted the product natural. They were moving towards back then, they want natural products. So, they say in business, you find a problem. Are you solving a problem? Yeah. I used to laugh at that until I come to realize that that is so true. And the problem I was solving was that trying to make a natural product that normally is consistent with a lot of preservatives and food coloring. So I went about trying to do this product like that. So in my research, I came across everyone telling me, all those who have all the knowledge, that it would not work. And it will fraud, it will spoil, it wouldn't last on the shelf. And they were right, because for a lot of failure, a lot of trial and error. And after about 3 years, I like to call it, I cracked the code to get this done. And there were other problems that encountered along the way, but even the very same technologists, the food technologists, when I found it, they told me how to do certain things to keep that natural way going. So now I have all the data. I've never made a bottle of sauce in my life. How do I go about doing this? So my mother had an English cookbook. A guy from England, she had this cookbook, and there was him making a sauce. And I followed his instructions. It turned out to be very long and complicated. So I know for business that wasn't happening, but it was the first bottle I made. And I was very proud of it. And after that, I decided that, okay, so I got a handle on the making it natural and so on. Then I got this idea. I don't like to make things that are already there. So if they put in carrots, you'll see my own have pumpkin.
Yeah.
Then I decided I want to, we have so much fruits and vegetables wasted in this country every year. I said, why don't you incorporate mango, tamarind, maybe celery? The thing about it is this, I am the pioneer
Yeah.
of the people making all the artisan sauces now, right? Many of them have gone ahead of me because even though I did it, I still have to be working, you know, going out there working, taking care of my family. But it was just, you started it up, but you still have to work and do your things, take care of your family. And when eventually in about 2017, but before that I was doing little things, going to little supermarkets and getting them done and still trying to make sure it good. But one of the things is that you won't believe what I do. I don't have a bottle of pepper sauce on the shelf, but I already filed all my papers with the FDA. I don't sit down and, and wait for things to happen. I'm very much somebody who's proactive, and I don't wait to have a pile of money to do things. To me, like when you in a crisis or it just nothing is going anywhere, your brain becomes sharper. It should. Don't wallow on the problem. Just always be thinking about, look, why you started this business, what you wanted it to do. Everybody have a tale of, of when they start, all the problems they encountered. So you're not new. It's not anything new. And oh gosh, it's only me. And look at one so getting on. But it didn't work there before you see them how they are. So basically, I wanted to bring Trinidad and Tobago pepper sauce to the world. And that's what it was.
Very good. Now, Hesma, you, as you said, you never made a bottle of pepper sauce, and it just started from your being a lover of pepper sauce and not seeing enough of your pepper sauce. So, did you always want to get into business? And pepper sauce was the opportunity, or did you just decided I want to have my own pepper sauce and therefore got into business?
No, actually, first to begin with, I used to, I went and study accounting in Canada. The intention was that I would climb my own corporate ladder. Always like business. And, when there was the whole suitcase trade, I was very much involved in it. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my mom before she passed, and I told her, Mommy, when you think about it, I was always in this. I always liked making curry mango and those things to sell to my brothers and sisters and the neighbors and
you used to sell to your brothers and sisters?
No, they used to teach it, so that's why I had to sell it to them. Right? Because they know I'm a little girl and I wouldn't stay there monitoring. I think I want to go and play, right? When I want to play, they're enjoying it. So where I could have gotten some leverage from them, I used to take it. Yes, I used to sell to them. Although when I started making pepper sauce, you expect us to pay for this? We used to have to give it to them free.
All right.
That the desire to be in business was always there.
Yeah.
I think I was born with that in my DNA.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. So I knew that was my passion. That was my things. Of course, there are other things that will come in, but deep down inside of me, that was always there. However the business would have come, I didn't care.
So there was a desire to be your own boss.
Yeah. So it could have been any type of business, really, and to me, I like the agriculture sector very much. When I was young, I used to be planting a lot of cabbage and all these type of things. So that being in that space where agriculture is concerned, so that I'm not surprised I'm involved in agro processing. So.
Definitely.
Esme said, that we are always encouraged to follow our passion.
Yes.
You hear it all the time, follow your passion.
Yes.
But many times, your passion don't lead to business. You have a passion, but somewhere along the line, doubt may come in.
Mm-hmm.
So you doubt, especially if what you're passionate about may not be within the norm, what we will call the normal type of industries. In your case, following your passion, but your passion was to be in business, more in business, but you also looked at a product that you're passionate about.
Yes.
You didn't know much about how to make it, but the fact that you're passionate, that passion helped to motivate you and push you and not allow you to give up. Is that right?
That is very true. That is very true, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really a key factor, for us, for our audience who listening also, to understand. I feel if you're really, really passionate, you won't give up that easy.
Yeah, that is
I just
true.
want to bring out that point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's what going to keep you going. I'll be honest with you. When I didn't feel the business was going any place, I got out of it and I got involved in the juice business. But the juice business is a chemical business, so it was going again. So I didn't spend more than a year in it. And then I went back to the market and I saw all these beautiful peppers and I just went right back. So falling off the grid sometimes, it's not like, don't ever think you're a failure, because you realize that even though I wasn't doing peppers, so I went into juices. So being in business was still there.
Yes.
I didn't give up my desire to be an entrepreneur.
In fact, I don't think there is an entrepreneur in the world who did not have multiple failures. And those are the main I think the main teacher moments, which leads us to the next point I want to raise with you. As you're going along this, and because at the end of the day, it's a simple business. You make condiment sauces, a range of condiment sauces based on peppers and fruits and stuff like that when you bring it down to brass tacks. So you would have had ups and downs, and you would have had significant turning points. And I always look at entrepreneurs, and we just touched on it in terms of you need that persistence. But I think there are different levels to persistence, and persistence is not a common trait, as you say, because sometimes you could go way, way down. I think persistence is just continuing. It doesn't mean that you're staying up. Could you talk about some of the challenges, some of the things that would have happened on the road that you would have had to survive, and also some of the highs that would have had you pitch into the stratosphere and saying, well, yes, because it's not always a negative story. It's often very much a very positive story. So what are those turning points?
Well, the thing about entrepreneurship, I'll be honest with you, with me, it has been a lot of more challenges than it has been. But with every challenge, I saw a leapfrog. I saw a leapfrog. Some of the challenges. Okay.
Would you like to get stories?
You want to get stories first?
Whichever ones you want to give.
Okay, let's go. Let's go with being a small entrepreneur, being a woman. I would not say, I don't like using it, but I have to be very honest.
It's true.
I had gender issues with people who wanted to invest, but not in the business, more in me. So I have those gender issues. I don't talk about them, but it's the reality, and I just walk away, and you wish them the best, and try not, when you hear of bad things happening to them, you don't rejoice. But I had the issues. People believing in you that, yes, you make a good thing. I just think, hey, you think you'll want to invest? You're not really good pepper sauce. Everybody making pepper sauce. So you get this, you wonder, but you just tell me, yeah, but yeah, what to do. When you build it up, then check me. Well, I'm talking to you because I'm looking to build it up, But by the way, give them a bottle before you go now. And these are the things that you will be getting. So finance was an issue. A lot of my money went into it. Every because you just going after this dream. You're just going after this dream. When you're really passionate about something, and people seeing you spending your last cent to get the labels done, to make sure it look good, to go to a pop-up market and things like that. Unless you have walked that road, you would never know how it is. And yes, we are all crazy. You can't pay yourself, creditors first, staff first, this one, and then you at the bottom. And then they say, why am I in this again? But there's something, you back to it again, the passion of what is there, so that, as you say, through all those struggles of finance issues and things like that, but you have to see some kind of little progress in a long time. Sometimes you go way down and there's no further to go. And then you begin to just climb back up. And sometimes you have to put it aside, go get a job, go let all those things make you feel as if you are a failure. That's one thing. I tell people, I don't care how it went, I never see myself as a failure. Stuff happens. I own them. I know when I have made mistakes and I own them, but I don't ever see myself a failure. I see myself as, here what? I am in a body that will subject to failure. But we also am in a body that is strong, resilient, and determined. So now, the good things about, I came across people who eventually believed in me and they invested. And COVID was a time where I bloomed, I blossomed during COVID. Now, the funny thing is I blossomed during COVID and I couldn't even make a bottle of pepper sauce because the bottle importer had all his stuck in China during COVID. But at the same time, E-Tech Park opened up. I applied for grants to get equipment. And within COVID, all of these things are happening so that there are these really low times, there are high times, and with investors came little problems, but nothing we couldn't navigate, So right now, we are going through another phase of growth, as I will say, because we are seeing the food opportunities, the opportunities for food is tremendous. We are not sticking into just sources now. In fact, 2 years ago, we went off into dips, right? In this head here, there's a million sources, but I don't follow every million source. I'm strategic. Let this one go into another one, make sure everything can stand on its own. And what happened is that we saw that I just did some research and development into the snack industry, right? So I can be heading in that direction as well too. So basically that's my highs and lows. That I hope I answered that part of the question.
No, yeah, go ahead, Jennifer. Go ahead, Jennifer.
I'm just going again, Hesma, and congratulations. This is on the highs. You have recently represented Trinidad. You have been selected to go overseas to the foreign market to display your product. And I just for you to be selected as one of our representatives, it says something about the quality of the work and, you know, how you have been operating over the years. Just talk a bit about that leading up to you being selected to represent Trinidad at the market.
Yeah. Well, what happened is that I have gone to many trade shows outside of Trinidad. But what I do is that I network. I'm involved. It's not just putting my head down and I'm just doing my thing. I'm involved in UN Women Caribbean. I'm involved in She Trades. I'm involved with other BSO organizations, business support organizations. I'm very much involved with the Ministry of Trade, and anything that anybody has, I attend it so that they know me. I am known even outside of Trinidad. I'm not realizing that, but the networking works. The networking works, and that is how I'm not only and anything that they have as well too. I participate in it, so they know my work, they know my products, they know what I stand for. I'm not selfish with because when they call me to help other SMEs, I help them. Even they might be in the same industry as me. I help them so that they can call upon me. So when I get to go, like for example, with Dubai for the leadership conference in Dubai, that was from being with the UN Women. I participate in their things. I always like their things, give my comments. But people have to know you. Unless you're in a different kind of business, whereby you don't need anybody to know you. Fine. People need to know. They know the person behind the brand as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I think a lot of our cohorts, you know, they have dreams that they've worked a long career and they've come out with skills, and many end up with dreams of going out there and monetizing in some way their experience, their skills, and so on. And I really do appreciate that the points that you've just made. Because even if you have a brilliant product, you have a brilliant idea, it is you that's being sold very much.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
Your product has to at least have a minimum threshold. We know how much
Right, yes.
on the market. And so many people, I don't know whether it is, I'd use the word afraid, vanity, pride, just shy, are so terrified of that networking, that putting yourself out there, getting yourself to be known. Hesma, is networking hard?
For me, no. I am not an introvert. Jen, Terry, introvert is not Hesma. I walk in a room. I go places by myself, and I noticed it when I went to a cricket match one day. Nobody was interested in going. So I pick up myself and I go down to the cricket match, and I sat down among these men and all of them talking. I came back filled. I came back. Okay. I had to tell them after a while, that's enough. I had enough. So I am not, and I like people. I genuinely do. So it's not hard for me. But if you are a very introvert, person's introvert, it's going to be difficult. But it's so important for your business that you're going to have to get out of there. And, you know, people will look at, I'm glad that I am doing this at this age. I really want to be an inspiration for people who, to a large extent, CJ, because they are retired, they're done. I use this age of mine to show people that, hey, you could imagine. It didn't happen when I was 30. It happened now And I'm running this big factory down in Moruga that, you know, but it's all about you really have to delegate. And you have to cross over from being self-employed to being a manager. The mistake a lot of self-employed people make, people in business, especially when they're small, is that, well, they like to make this thing. Nobody knows my business more than me. That could happen for the beginning, for the first 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, After a while, if you get sick, what's going to happen to you? You have to come to walk off from being self-employed to being an entrepreneur. And I really understand that there was a difference sometime earlier this year, that the entrepreneur is not tied to the business. If they pass today, business continues. Whereas the self-employed, because right now I'm talking about someone who got sick and the industry in that country was closed down because she was the main person making pepper sauce. And now that she got Alzheimer's and the children not interested, that business shut down. So this person in one of the Caribbean countries, that is what I'm talking about, being from self-employed to the she, to a large extent, everything was in her. So she got Alzheimer's, the children not interested. And she was the only, well, there may have been other little small players, but she was the only one who was big enough to go. They will send on the trade shows and that business has closed down. And what I'm saying, I'm seeing the opportunity to probably go and see if we could probably continue the brand by manufacturing it for them so that they could continue to have a hot sauce.
Right? That's a lesson that we talk about here, and that's not just common to entrepreneurs. So many of us don't want to let go or bring others in for fear of loss of what, Jennifer?
Right, yeah.
Especially to Hesma, when you talk about, look, your success at the age you are at. I have found many of our cohort, they don't like to share. They feel if they share and they bring in other persons or they share their ideas, they will take it and run with it, and they wouldn't be able to do anything. And that is what you're talking about is really important for us to not feel we have to hold on, People share your ideas, if possible, have a partner, let them know what's, so your brand, as you say, can continue. So we really should stop this, being selfish and feel we have to hold on all the time, otherwise we're going to lose all.
Yeah, actually there's someone who I came to know, part of our agro processors group, and they used to supply all the Massey stores with dumplings, right, in the freezer department, and she died during the COVID period, but nobody could take it over now. Right, and listen to me, those dumplings come on Thursday and by Saturday it's gone.
Yeah.
Cassava it was the best, but she died during the COVID. But that, we had so many good ideas are dying with people, and that is sad. It's sad, the cemetery has too many too many people who could really cure cancer.
That is very, very true. So, Hesma, what are actually some of your products? If we were to say Caribelle Foods and people are looking for pepper sauce, what are some of your products and where would people find them? How would people use them?
Well, basically, let me see. We have 4 varieties of hot sauces, but we only doing 3 main ones: tamarind hot sauce, mango hot sauce, and ulala. And then there are the dips, which is the lime and mango, tamarind and mango, and tomato and cilantro. What has happened is that these you'll realize that they're not common names. You'll even go and not see a rum pepper sauce anywhere in the world still. They put rum in other things, but because it's a very delicate balance of which of how you have to do it. So you will get the taste still. And I like making things that will challenge people. How she get tamarind and mango to mix without them not overpowering each other and that type of thing. So what we do is that we started going from the ground up. So we have to do masses and there's that, but we have a lot of the independent grocers. We're like Super Farm, we get them in Food Hall, JTA, and a lot of, as I said, the independent supermarkets, even mini marts. But we wanted to check out to see that, look, is this price competitive? Is it good? And it turned out to be our price. It was good for a good quality product, And in the scaling out, in the scaling up, there were challenges. Because coming from a small industry to this land. And I had to learn a lot on my own. Mm-hmm. But it never scared me. I made mistakes, and but it never scared me and wanted to see me. I going back to my little thing, my little kitchen, my little thing. No, that was never my plan. My plan was always I will own a plant. I will have the equipment. I will be doing exactly what I'm doing.
Nice. Good.
Don't be scared of the little bumps in the road, and maybe sometimes a little bigger, along to your dream. It is common to human beings.
Yeah. I compare entrepreneurs now, and especially in the current time, with the average career being, I think it's 8 to 10 years. Mm-hmm. Average career is no longer a 30, 40-year thing. And change about 6 or 7 or 8 jobs in a career. Those changes are as traumatic as a disaster for an entrepreneur. You have to start over. So that is not an issue. As you look down the road, Hesma, look to the future, and you look back from where you've come, and it's been a varied road. What are some of the things that you are most proud about?
Wow. Even some of the stumbles I'm proud of it. I own them, I taking them, but look, the fact that I started listening to people when I get an advice, advice on my daughter, friends, family, other people out there, starting to listen and not taking every advice. You get to one thing, we are thin-skinned, but we have to put on some alligator exterior because people don't mean you bad when they criticize you. Get the criticism from them rather than they go on Facebook and criticize you. So take your internal criticisms. So the fact that I'm now listening more, I'm learning more, I'm really happy about that. Or I'm navigating this business. It may not always be the best way at times, but I still feel proud of what I have accomplished along the way. I am thankful for all the travels and the awards, and I'm really thankful for this group of the network that I have. I'm really thankful that I stayed nurturing them, going after them and not saying, oh gosh, they're just talking. No. I have seen where I put my voice in and people actually listening. So that I am proud of that I have found my voice to be able to talk to people. I am very proud of the fact that I would love to just be sharing with people over and over about their journey of entrepreneurship. What are you doing? Where you are? Come tell me. Let's sit down. Let's sit down. I'm always happy when people call me. Somebody give me a name. I want you to really help me with my business. that part of it. God, I have to say, God put that inside of me to share, not be selfish with other people, especially when in business, young people. But my age, I would love that when this finish here, I could get calls of people saying, you know what? I really wanted to start, but I felt I was too old. I felt I was too this. Hello. When somebody buy a good product, you think they care what was the age of the person who they're buying it from? Or when they get nice earrings? Oh my gosh, I love these. You know, she was 90 on a stick. Okay, nice, whatever. But you know, these earrings making me look. People don't care. They want a good product. And then when you know the story coming out that, hey, Granny's 90 and she making this. Hey, I love this. So I want to be able to continue helping people in business. You know.
Yes.
Hesma, have you seen yourself in terms of, yes, you're extrovert, and as you said, you always like helping people, like being in business, but have you seen any change in you in terms of your personality, in terms of how your personal life there? And when I say personal life, in terms of how you treat with things. You also mentioned that your one could go out on your own. You know, you don't need company per se if you want to go somewhere and someone don't want to go with you. Have you seen any change in Hesma, the person, as against Hesma as a entrepreneur or as a businesswoman?
Not really, because what you see is what you're gonna get, you know. What you see is what you're gonna get. I am coming across too many professionally dishonest people. Professionally dishonest people. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to stay focused, stay being a woman of my word. People don't know, you know, I am not known for sleuth of hand. I am known for being somebody who, what I say, you could be, if it's not, if it's, even if it's good or bad, I'm going to tell it to you. So in changes, no, not really, in terms of personality of who I am. You know, I love a good joke. I love hanging out with my friends and my family, and they I mean, you know, Jennifer and Terry, you know, when I do come to the things and I do have a good time.
I think one of the things that is very noteworthy, and I think for entrepreneurs, whether you are large scale or small, for the really successful people, and I think you are, and not every successful person's name is up in lights, and that's why we're so happy to have you here. And I am very, very proud of you, the things that you are proud of, and it is noteworthy that none of it is really about financial success or scaling or stuff like that. They're very, very down to your core, your values, what you are about. And I think that is something that is a critical trademark of a successful person in whatever you choose to do. And I think this is why you would have been able to weather the storms, to switch you whether it's from and bust them go and get a job and make some money, get back into it, go into the juices, go into the and continuing to have fun. Continuing to have fun, as the people say, regardless of what's going on. I truly believe that for entrepreneurs and for just for life, that is a critical element. Because if you are too serious, well, not that you're going to be flippant, but if you can't go back to values and find purpose in what you're doing, then why are you doing it?
Why are you doing it? You know, yeah. I have to like what I'm doing to get me up off the bed. You know, if it becomes a burden and I'm no longer enjoying it, then it's time to probably sell or something like that. And then, you know, I'm being called in a different direction.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to me. I still like it. I still have dreams of seeing Trinidad and Tobago pepper sauce in a store in Chicago, in a store in Minnesota.
And not just in New York and Miami, where the Chinese live.
In addition to, but really out there in those what they call cold markets,
Yes.
right? You know that the thing about what makes it, and I've tasted pepper sauce from a lot of countries. What makes our things special is the soil and the peppers. And I wish people would understand that more. We would be planting peppers like that, but we don't. But is that, and in fact, I was an Indian delegation when they came recently, I think it's last month, August, and they came and visited the factory to see if we could do collaborations with them. And I was telling them that our pepper sauce is a different. And the guy was saying, yes, it is. It is one of the best I've tasted. I said, because of the peppers and the soil. He said, I believe that. You know?
Very much like the grapes and the wine. It is a story of the soil and the vine.
Exactly. No, it is.
Oh gosh. No, Hesma, this has been refreshing. It has been lovely. I know you have been awarded by the Chamber of Commerce for the Nobel Committee, the Chamber.
I have?
Yeah, I think you didn't do a Nobel.
I got an EY Entrepreneur, a finalist in the EY Entrepreneur in 2019.
Yes, and I think those are very, very, very important milestones that I think, sometimes you wait until it's you're the winner or you are the top this and that, but you're always consistent, you're always there. And I think those are the kinds of businesses sometimes, you look at. When we look at Star Search and those international programs, it's usually the person coming second and third that have longevity.
Yes, they seem to be around a lot longer.
And that is what I so admire about you, your spirit and your willingness to go anywhere and do anything because you believe in your brand. Yeah. And I think that is a fundamental part of your success. And
you have to believe in it. You have to believe in the brand. Else, if you don't believe in it, it's like this bump come in the road. Boy, I gone, yes? But I always say that, I saw a vision down the road of where this going. And then I had to come back and start. But if anybody had tell me, somebody thinks I had to go to, I said, you know what? This job look really nice. I don't think, but somehow I got by what's waiting for me down the road.
Yeah, that vision. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
So, the ladies and the gents and they who retire and hey, it's not over until you close your eyes. Okay?
Exactly. Great. Thank you so much, Hesma. This has been great.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. And I'll definitely, you can count on your girl for Christmas. Count on your girl for Christmas.
All right. Excellent.
Thanks again.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
It's refreshing to see a different side of an entrepreneur that is relaxed, enjoy the journey with the blows, the comments, the goings, the ins, the outs. It's not always a star-studded story. It's a story of just sticking with it and being passionate.
Yeah. I know Hesma from very early when she started her journey. And what I always admired that Hesma approach, always a very happy one. It was never one of struggle or complaint. It was always one who very excited. She's always very excited about, what she's doing. And as she mentioned, have that vision. And, when Hesma speak to you about what she's doing and all that, you're all excited. You want to test the product. You want to taste it. You want to give support, So it is really important, as she said, too, for us, even in being an entrepreneur, to transmit that very happy feeling and show that you're really passionate about your product and you care about people.
Yeah.
You're not just going to sell them anything just so, but you really care and you're making sure you have a quality product, a quality offering for them.
Yeah. She's interested in life. So we truly hope that you are enjoying the series and you enjoyed discussing with Hesma. Next week, we have another trailblazer to present to you. So we can hear these little backstories and get some motivation because they're all part of the tribe. So until next week, we will see you. Have a beautiful evening. Okay, bye. Hi, tribe. Did you ever think of doing your autobiography? It's not as complicated as you think. So join 5.8G as we, together with Dr. Lynette Tyson Noel, certified guided autobiographer, as we journey into the world of writing our stories. Scribe with the Tribe is a 3-part series that lets us write our stories, and there are so many reasons to do this. Jennifer, what do you think?
It's a great idea, and I'm all excited to do my autobiography. That's because, it's a way for me to document my life story and leave a legacy for my loved ones. It will also help, those who see me as a mentor to learn more about me and to get some golden nuggets. I see it too as a way to motivate our 5.8G tribe to celebrate their greatness, to start to document their life story and really have that legacy for their loved ones.
Great. And I also think that our cohort, we have done so much with such great impact, like no other generation has before. Time has flown so fast that we've hardly had any time to look back, to admire, or even to understand all that we have achieved for ourselves and our loved ones. I call that our greatness. So I am taking the opportunity through this series to tell my greatness story. It will be a wonderful gift to myself, the opportunity to document my life's journey in my own words, and then I choose to share it with whom I choose. I think that's a great thing. So, Jennifer, tell us more about the series.
Okay, our 3-part series will be held on Tuesday the 8th and Tuesday the 15th of October. And our final session will be on Monday the 21st of October. Now it's from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Zoom platform. So register now. Call me, Jennifer, at 685-8834. And of course, Terry-Ann also at
682-9202. And check out all of our social media platforms and our 5.8 GLI show. So we look forward to seeing you. Call us.
Yes, Scribe with the Tribe.
50+ Tribe and follow us from Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50+ 5.8G Alive show.
We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week.
Don't forget to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We really love getting your feedback. Bye for now.